Can I? I just wanted to say thank you to the T3PO raid we just got. Thank you for that, guys. We appreciate it.
Do you want to give me the lowdown on this nonsense that happened?
Okay, so Disney is naming James Gorman, who is now on the board. He's a board member now, as the chairman. This will start at the beginning of this next fiscal year. So he's about to be anointed to chairman. He was already going to the succession committee to replace Bob Iger. Now he has complete authority as the chairman to pick somebody that, this is a big boy job. This cannot be an accidental oopsie and you pick the wrong person and they drive the company further into the ground. This specific move means that this guy is going to hire, no matter what, the best candidate for the establishment. That means that the ideology stuff when it comes to picking candidates will be mostly out the window.
What?
Hang on. The idea, just a second. What? The idea that they were it was a fait accompli that they were going to put Dana Walden in this position has become kind of a problem. And all four candidates, I'm just going to tell you the background here. All four candidates that are internal have already talked to the succession committee in the last week or two. So moving forward, I think he's going to look for outside candidates. I don't think it's going to be Dana Walden. And the reason I don't think it's Dana Walden is because she comes with all the baggage of the recent ABC news bias because of the debate that just happened where they stacked the deck against one of the candidates.
That is true, actually. Yeah.
The reason that people would push forward on that idea that Walden would be it is because of her close personal friendship with the person that's basically given a free pass by ABC during that debate, Kamala Harris. Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason that she could still end up in that job, but I still don't see it. She's not really qualified. She didn't come up through Disney proper. She came up through Fox, and she really has a lot of negative pub going for her. She's more of a political operative than she is a media operative. Now, what's interesting is this guy that they appointed chairman has no background in theme parks. None.
He came Morgan. Chase.
Yeah. He came out of and he's going to be leaving the position that he holds over on that board. And what's funny is they pushed out the I Love Forced Labor chairman, the guy from Nike. So the Nike guy will no longer be chairman, and he's leaving the board completely. So there's going to be some board turnover too. Not to mention the fact. Go ahead.
Surprising. I was just going to say it's quite surprising.
Yeah. So this is a company that they always want to put. They always want to put institutional people on the board, which is why we've had such convoluted leadership for so long, because they all want to align themselves with DEI, ESG, and all Bridge, the new category, folks. Bridge, just institutionalizing the idea, all these bad ideas into your corp. But Microsoft just did it. So, but anyway, that's what this is. So when looking at Gorman as the chairman, I think it's not a fait accompli for Dana Walden. I think the current consultant hires, which are Mayer and Staggs, that left Disney a long time ago, formed the Candle Media Company. They've come in and tried to help out Disney during this period of time. I think those guys are eminently more qualified than Dana Walden or even Alan Bergman. Because if I were going to pick the four candidates in-house, it'd be Bergman. It would not be Walden.
Bergman's not bad.
Yeah. The other two are just dumb. Those would be dumb choices. Josh D'Amaro is proven he can't. Well, right. But he can't even run the parks division well. He's been tanking the parks division, and maybe his hamstrung, maybe his hands are tied behind him, perhaps. But the other fella, Jimmy Pitaro, he's a sports guy on a network that's losing interest, ESPN. So why would why that guy? The number one driver of business for the company is the theme parks.
Yeah.
That's why the normal choice for CEO has come up through the theme parks. So there's that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. This whole nonsense of Bob Iger's successor is now going to be announced in early 2026. It's like, yeah, that might be the case. But Iger's still going to be around. His contract goes until goes past 2030, doesn't it?
As a consultant, yeah. Look, he's probably the last person that you want remaining around the company, because what happens is, if he doesn't like something, he does an end around on you, and there's a coup. That's what happened to Chapek. So,
yeah. I mean, the news about this hasn't really done too much to the stock, to be honest. It's not really changed anything with the stock. No. There's some reports of like, oh, it's gone up. It's like, it hasn't. It's really not.
Well, when we're coming up on the quarterly, I think it's the 14th of November or something like that. I think if memory serves, and we're going to see something interesting at that meeting. I truly believe it. I think there's going to be some surprising results. There's going to be a lot of obfuscation. They haven't turned things around, despite the fact that they've had a couple of successes with Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. But outside of that, name me another successful thing outside of, well, a decent performance from Alien Romulus. And I mean, you can't really hang your hat on that one. Disney's so IP driven now that and they've run those IPs into the ground. What can they hang their hat on? And they here's the thing. This is going to be the last quarter where Disney's going to have a position of spotlight, because down the road, down I-4 in Orlando, Florida, they're opening up Epic Universe. So this quarter, it's going to be, whatever it is. The following quarter might be okay, but after that, Comcast Universal, the cat's out of the bag, and they will have officially entered the Florida theme park war in an entirely new way. The minute Epic Universe opens their doors, which is on the first holiday weekend here in the States, headed into summer, the minute they open up those doors, Disney loses 30% of their business.
Yeah. This whole nonsense. Oh, bloody fucking Bob Iger. God. Bob Iger. Bobby Iger. Terrible. Kalate Jerky says, mind you, those two successes are Chapek's, not Iger's.
Exactly. 100% right. And that's the best use of $2 right there. Because that's not even just a little bit true. It's wholly true. Chapek said, make that movie.
Yeah, Bob Iger's only good with... He was only good... Well, he wasn't even good at buying stuff. He bought stuff way over their value.
They got some mileage out of it regardless. But yes, he overpaid for a lot of stuff, most especially Fox, right? He overpaid by $35 to $40 billion on that deal. He paid twice what it was worth.
Yeah.
He like I said, I mean, not the guy they try to give credit for. Had he never come back, he might have been able to keep his legacy intact, and that book, Ride of a Lifetime, that he put out when he was retiring might actually still hold weight. Now it's a joke. The dude's a joke.
Yeah. I don't understand. Yeah, he should never have come back, because it soiled his legacy.
Yeah.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, dude really did deal DeGrasse Tyson his career at that point.
Oh yeah, massively. So I mean, this is like, it's not like major news, but it's still interesting because in the world of Disney. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens moving forwards. I don't think this is going to change too much. They still have to clean house to really make any major changes. Most of the board was appointed by Bob Iger as well. That's really important to note. So, yeah, he'll still be whispering in their ears, when he's gone. So I don't think it's going to change too much, to be honest. The Mum drops in $1.99. Says speculation prediction: Disney bankruptcy Q3 2030.
Wow. Well, the Mum, thanks for bringing the cuteness to the stream with the lovely picture there. I don't think exactly that's the path they have. I think they're going to have to break off bits. They look, they bought a lot of stuff they are not utilizing or underutilizing, or they don't value, or isn't contributory to the company. So they need to get rid of some of that. They own too much. They fall out of the pole position in the media spaces. After for half the year, simply because they own sports rights. So the sports rights are incredibly expensive. It's putting their company into an untenable position going forward. They're going to be competing for more rights on more things across the globe as other media rivals have bigger bank accounts. The tech companies, especially, that decided to participate in the sports space, like Amazon and Netflix and Apple, they have giant checkbooks. Disney can't hope to compete, especially if they're driving their cash cows into the ground, which are the theme parks. And nobody can tell me that they're on the plus side of the theme parks when they are losing attendance. It's sliding dramatically, and they are charging more and more every day for food, beverage, and entrance fees. Not to mention,
Epic Universe is going to be opening soon as well.
That's the thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. Disney has not practiced good strategic planning for the future. They are behind at least a decade on attraction construction to maintain and or replace. They have deferred maintenance in their parks that's leading to downtime and closures. The guest satisfaction surveys are starting to tip downward. The biggest complaint about Disney is it's cheaper to go to Europe than it is to go to a Disney World vacation here in the States.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Yeah, so it's wild. It's absolutely wild. Anyway.
Madness. Well, we'll shuffle on from this news.